Hi, I'm Gabby and I chose to do the artist project. So here's my video. So I wasn't actually able to go into the store, so I just ordered online a canvas and 2 other paints. So I gathered all of my supplies, my paintbrushes, got my canvas, pencil, because I'm going to trace some things, and then I had this acrylic paint like in my house already, so I just decided to use this instead. And I don't know if I'm going to use all of these colors yet, but I got all of them out just in case. So I'm not a big artist, so I wanted to use something as like my inspiration, and I really love Kate Spade, and I found this wallet, and I really like all of like the different reds and the pinks and the overlap, so I think I'm gonna base my painting off of this and tie it into my artist purpose later. So I'm super excited, and I think I'm gonna like trace the hearts and have to do like layers of hearts because they'll have to dry, and then it'll give me like the dark overlap kind of like this too. So here's my blank canvas, and I'm just gonna take a pencil and just start drawing and just like making outlines of different size hearts, so then I'll like have an idea of how many hearts I want and what they're gonna look like. So I made these quick little like stencil type things that I can trace so that like every heart can be like uniform. So I'm gonna start with like these 4 different sizes and then see if I will like use any different ones. So I'm just like really like lightly tracing the outline of each heart so that it's like not too dark, and then just like randomly doing it like all over. Okay, so I finished like tracing all the hearts. I might go back and add more like once it's like all painted to like fill in some empty space, because I do see some, but I want to see how it looks first. Here I'm just shaking the paint so it's like even and not like thick. So I think I'm gonna use the red color in this like melon color first, and then I bought some white so I can like make the red a little bit lighter or make the pink a little bit lighter and use different shades and maybe get some contrast between each color. So I picked these 3 different brushes just because of their size and like the size of the hearts. Like I'll probably use the big one on the bigger heart, and then the medium on the medium heart, and then the smaller one to fill in the smaller hearts. And then I'll choose a different brush, or I'll wash one of these to like fill in like the overlaps too. I think that the hardest thing for me for this art project is going to be like filling in the hearts that are like overlapped, because I won't be able to see the lines. So I'm gonna have to freehand it, but I won't worry about that now. I'm just gonna fill in all of the hearts first and then do the ones on top later, probably like tomorrow when everything is dry. That way like nothing gets smeared or anything. I'm just gonna put a little bit out for now of the red. I'm gonna start with the red first and then start with the pink once I feel like I've done like enough red hearts. So I'm just gonna start by like dipping my brush in the red, and then I'm gonna start with this heart and just start doing little strokes and make sure that like I'm not going outside of the lines, but if I do, it's no big deal. They're not supposed to be perfect anyways. So I'm just gonna do this for all of them, and I honestly might just like do all the red ones first and do different size brushes, and then wash them and do like pink with all the different size brushes too. So I'm just picking like random hearts to fill in with like the red color. I'm probably gonna switch to pink soon because, I don't know, so I can just see what it looks like and then come back with the red and then come back with the pink and just like alternate and see if I like want to do like different shades of like red and pink. But here it is right now. So here's the pink color. It's definitely darker than the red, so I think I'll only have to like go over it once, or even probably not at all. I'll have to see. But I really like the contrast between the pink and the red. I think it's gonna turn out really nice. So I finished with the pinks, but I think I'm gonna do like a lighter pink and just use like the rest of that pink and add white so I can make a third option so that it cannot just be like two colors. So I'm just gonna add like a little bit of white at first, and then I'm going to mix it and see if I like this lighter pink or not, and then I'll just keep adding more white if I need it to be like lighter. So this is the lighter pink that I ended up going with. It's like considerably more whiter, but I might just use another pink that I have like from the bottle to like fill out the rest of the hearts when I run out of this. So I really like this light pink with like the dark pink and the red. I think the shade turned out so nice. So I'm gonna keep filling in everything, and then I might try to fill in like the overlapping hearts. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so all of the non-overlapping hearts are now filled in. So this is day 2, and I just did a time lapse of me filling in all of the red hearts again to make them darker and less like opaque. So this is another time lapse of me just filling in the overlapping hearts now, since the red was already dry. I decided that I wanted to do a different color for all the overlapping hearts, so I decided to take the red and use a little bit of white and mix it until I got this like darker pink color, which you can see on the screen. And I decided to make all of the overlapping hearts this darker pink just so it's uniform and consistent throughout the whole painting, and not do like different like light hearts or red hearts overlapping, just make them all the same color. That way it's like consistent and people can like see the theme of like the dark or pink overlapping hearts. So in this part I just went over the red one more time, then I also filled in the melon colored hearts too, just so the edges were cleaner and that I couldn't see any more pencil marks. So here's the finished product. It's all dry, sun down the bottom. I had a lot of fun making this, and I've never done anything like this before, so it was super cool to see like everything come out, and I think that's the most pleasant part of the project, if we're gonna reflect on it now, that once it's dry you get to see like everything come together, and it looks super good in my opinion. Some challenges that I faced were definitely like mixing the paints and getting like the right like color and everything like that. If I could redo it, I think I would use a different shade of red, because it is like kind of like not like transparent, but it wasn't as dark as the other red, like other colors, and I wanted just to do like one layer instead of like 3. I learned that I really do like painting, and I'm glad that I did this project, and I'm super grateful because it was super relaxing to make, and it was fun.